My background was Quakers didn't baptize anybody in water baptism, and they didn't do communion simply because they just said this is a heartfelt thing, and and people were putting all their confidence in just some of these things, and that's still real strong on me. I'm telling you. So I went down there, and I was just thinking about Jeannie and Jerry when I was going down there, because we did that with Levi, and I remember I got down there, and he's in intensive care, and that was a pretty intense deal, wasn't it? And I asked the nurse if they had any water. He said, "Didn't you bring your own water?" And I thought, you won't even let the parents touch this baby, hardly, and you're asking me to bring. It's like, I don't know. I thought you might want some sterile water, not my water. But anyway, I just remember that, and we did that. And why do we? I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say here, but I think it's really important to do the things that we do, like water baptism, communion. I think it's important to dance now and then. I think it's important to sing. I think it's important to raise our hands at times. I don't think any one of those things makes us better in itself. We are righteous. We are perfect before God. God just absolutely adores us because He created us. I think those other things are just absolutely critical for us to begin to develop our faith, our trust, and our relationship. It's just like Lisa and I. We love each other, but, if we had to be, apart from each other for 30 years, get married, and then she lived in Korea and I lived over here, if I knew that was going to happen, be real honest with you, I don't know if I'd want to marry somebody and not see them for 30 years. 50 years, For Lisa and I, holding hands is still awesome to me. It's still sweet to have her reach over and feel her warmth in the hands. It's still awesome to kiss. I know some of you young people don't want to talk about this, but it's still awesome to me. But it's like it doesn't make us more married or less married. If we fail to kiss each other, it doesn't mean by the end of the week we're done. It's over. No. We're married, and we're married forever. And we're children of God, and that's forever. But some of these outward things, they help us to experience what God paid for. And what the Bible talks so much about that so many people don't understand is when it talks about knowing God, it's not just talking about knowing about Him, it's talking about knowing Him. And the Bible actually uses this terminology to talk about marriage, about when you become one in flesh. That's the word, carnal knowledge or knowing. And that's when the Bible talks about knowing God. It means to become one with Him, to actually feel Him, to know Him, to experience Him, to feel the joy, to feel the hugs. And you don't have to, it's like, I remember high school, there's a few people that dated, and they were just all, like over each other all the time, just always hanging on each other. And I don't know if you've ever seen that in the mall, but or someplace, but it's every once in a while you just want to walk up and slap them both and say, "Get a life." Loving is just not hanging on each other and never being separated, No. And it's even with our God, and it represents something, that there's some great moments in worship that we have. There are great moments in just being alone with God. There's great moments in excitement with God sometimes, when you're just, the whole crowd is pumped. And all those are good, but all of it's good. Even the moments when you're working really hard at your job, really focused on your job, and you don't even know what's going on with other things. You didn't talk to God maybe all day long, and in your mind you didn't think you did or whatever else, and by the end of the day it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't even pray, I didn't even talk to God. And I did that once to God, or often, and God would just say, who do you think has been with you all day helping you build these houses? He said, I'm with you. I enjoy building houses with you. And you don't have to pray in tongues to hit a nail. You don't have to, pray to run your Sawzall or run your computer or whatever job or be a mother. Lisa and I, we don't hold hands all day. That would be really hard to get things done. Right? So that all I'm saying, there's a lot of these moments, and they're all good. Say it's all good.